Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacy. Today we're doing my mid-year book tag. Stacy, it's the 20th of July. I know I'm late, okay, but better late than never. I always say this, I'm always late to everything. To every trend, to everything. I'm just late, but it's fine. Okay, so basically this tag is organized this way, that we begin with the books I read this year, like the books I've read so far this year, because the year's not over. The books I read so far this year, we're gonna start with that. I'm just gonna mention them and give the rating. I'm not gonna really talk about it or give a synopsis, because I've mostly talked about them in other videos. Like I have the recommendation tag up. If you want that, I give synopsis in that one. I think. And then I have a bunch of like book wrap-ups that I put out this year, so if you want to see those, I give synopsis in those, but for the most part I'm not gonna give one, except for the questions perhaps. So we're gonna start with the books that I read this year and then go to the book questions that are in this tag. And that's today's video. Let's go. We're gonna go in order of reading. Actually, I just don't have every single book with me because half of my book collection is in Luxembourg and the other half is in Brussels, so I just can show you some books but not all of them. We're gonna start with my challenge. Like my reading challenge for this year was to read 40 books, which isn't a lot for some people, but I kept it realistic. Okay, I go to school at the same time, so sometimes a girl just doesn't have time to read, you know what I mean? The reading goal for this year is 40 books. I've read in total 30, so I'm most likely going to read more than 40 books, but I'm not gonna change it. I've been thinking about changing it for so long. I'm like, okay, should I just change it to 50? And then I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna change it, because imagine I don't read 50 books. I think I will. I think I'm most likely, I think I will. But also when the school year starts, I don't know how much I can read. So I'm just gonna keep it at 40. So far I've read 30 books. So these are the 30 books I read. So this year I started my year with Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. This is the sequel of Delilah Green Doesn't Care. But yeah, I love that book. I gave the book 5 stars. I don't know if right now in this time I would still give that book 5 stars. Now that when I think about it, it's like a 4.5, not really a 5. Because when I think about the other books that I gave 5 stars this year, they really don't compare. But at the time, I was so consumed by this book and I related a lot to Astrid, so that's why I gave it 5 stars. But that's all I'm gonna say, because I said I wasn't going to give a full-on review here. Then I read Spy X Family, the 2nd volume. I don't know how you want to say it, but yeah, that's a manga, by the way. I gave that 3 stars. I love the first one. I don't know how much I gave the first one, but the second one was a little bit less fun, I thought. I don't know, but yeah. So I read that. After that one, I read The American Roommate Experiment. Every time I talk about this book, I'm like, I gave that 2 stars. I didn't enjoy it, but that's all I'm gonna say. I have a review in my January wrap-up as to why I didn't enjoy that book, but that's all I'm gonna say. No. Okay, so things we never got over was the next book I read, and this was a 4.5 stars. I enjoyed this a lot. This is so entertaining. If you haven't read, which is like, what do you mean you haven't read this? If you haven't read these books, you should do it now. You should read this and the second one now, because the third one is coming up, but we're gonna talk about that. But you should read these, okay? Then after that one, I read I Was Totally Andante Discover The Secrets of the Universe. This is one of my favorite books and I still can't say this title. Okay, so I gave this book 5 stars. I still think about them a lot. I think about these two a lot. After that, what did I read after that? Oh, If You Had Been With Me. I gave If You Had Been With Me 3 stars. It was okay. I don't know. I couldn't really relate, and the ending, which is supposed to be the part that makes you cry and be sad, was very painful, yes. But I feel like I don't think about them. I didn't really connect to the characters. I don't know. I think I just didn't relate to how the teenage years were. Then I read the duology Legendborn and Bloodmarked. I gave Legendborn 4 stars and Bloodmarked 3.5. Next I read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, which I gave a 3.5 stars. It's YA and it was very fun and very entertaining and very cute. You should read it actually right now because it gives because it's in a camp. So it gives kind of summer vibes. So if you want to read that, do it. After that I read Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, which is a rom-com, also YA. And that I gave 3.5, I'm pretty sure. 3 or 3.5, one of these. After that one, I finally got to read The Final Offer, which is the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. That book was a 4.8. Can we talk about the fact that I gave a book 4.8 stars? Who's mad about that? I'm sorry. I love Kyle so much, and I loved him and what's the name of the girl? Oh my god, Lana. Kyle and Lana. This year I found out that I'm a second chance kind of girly in books. Okay. I'm a second chance kind of girly. I love when people have history, and you're gonna see the pattern in the next books that I'm gonna say, because every second chance romance I've read this year, I loved. Then I read The Song of Achilles. I actually don't talk about this book a lot. I don't even think I talked about it on the internet yet, but I gave The Song of Achilles 4.25 stars. I just made that up. It is a beautifully written story. This is like the way that Madeline Miller wrote this book is just mwah. The ending of that book is so painful, and sometimes I do think about the ending. The way, I can't. Just the love. Oh my god, I know I gave it 4 point. Now that I'm thinking about it again, now that I'm going to the scenes again of that book, I'm like, what do you mean? I have the quotes in there are incredible. The quotes. Oh my god. I don't have the book with me. If I had some, I would show you. But I don't have the book with me. But the book is so beautiful. If you're thinking about reading it, you should. The Greek mythology thing isn't really gonna keep you from reading it. You don't really need to know anything about them to read it. But I do recommend. It is so beautiful. Like, so many, and the ending again, oh no, oh my god, I'm going to pain again. But yeah, you should read A Song of Achilles if you haven't read it yet. I read A Quarter Frost in Starlight, which is the novella in the Akator series. This book has like 200 pages or something, and I gave that, I think, 3.5. I couldn't give it like more than that because it really is just, I think it plays in a winter solstice, if you say that way. It plays during that time, and I enjoyed the book a lot because I hadn't read one of the books in a few months, because I stopped after the third book because I didn't want the series to end, so I just stopped reading. And then I started to pick the books up again, and I read the novella, and then I was just so happy to be back in the world that I was like, oh my god, that's so cute, and I was so excited to see them again. And you got like multiple point of views that you're not used to get, so that was fun. Then I went Things We Hide from the Light. Well, I gave that 4.5 stars too. Oh my god, I have the book. Oh no, I didn't pick them up. They're right there. Give me a sec because I need those. After that, I read Magnolia Parks. Here's my copy of it. A good floppy book. Don't we love it? This is Magnolia Parks. I gave I gave Magnolia Parks 4.5. 4.5? I just ranked it up to 4.5 because I gave it 4 stars, but it's 4.5 star. Okay. I'm just gonna show these together because I feel like there's no point to show them separately because I read them not in the right order. Like, I read them in the right order, but not back to back. Okay, so I read the Inheritance Games, the trilogy, which, by the way, they're like doing a spin-off of this series, which I don't know if I'm gonna read that yet. So I read the Inheritance Games, which is the first one. I gave this one, I don't know. Let me see. How much did I give this? I think it was, oh, okay. I gave this one 3.5 stars, and after this I need it. I was desperate, and on the same day I bought the 2 next ones, and I started the second one, which is the Hawthorne Legacy. I gave the Hawthorne Legacy, I think this is my favorite in the series. This was so entertaining. I gave this one 3.75 stars. This was so good. This is my favorite in the series. And then the last one, I think the last one is my least favorite. I feel like that's also a lot of other people's feeling about this book. I felt like it was good, yes, but it was for me very hard to get through. I also think it's because I read them back to back, and in the middle of this one I stopped and read another book and then finished it after that book. But I gave this 3 stars. Okay, so after that, I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is my copy of it, which is annotated to the gods, actually. See those? You can see it. You can, kind of. But, yeah, I love this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. I think about this a lot. Okay. Then, again, in between the Inheritance Games, the Hawthorne series, I read Binding 13. Oh my god, every single time I talk about this, I'm like, ah! Okay, I gave Binding 13 5 stars. Who would have thought? I have a video about it. Okay, what, like, wrap up about it. I think it's April. Pretty sure it's my April wrap up, so if you want reviews of those, go watch that. After that, I read Happy Place. Oh my god. Happy Place. Here you go. Here's the book. Here's my copy of the book. Oh my god, can you see that? Yeah, I annotated the shit of this. Happy Place by Emily Henry was, to me, a 5-star read. And you can bet on it that I'm rereading this book this year again. I don't care if it's December. I'm reading this again. A Court of Silver Flames. Is this really the order I read them in? Okay. A Court of Silver Flames. 5 stars. We're not gonna say anything about it. Okay. At Keeping 13. You guessed it. Invisible Revolution was, to me, a 2.5 star. I already explained that. It is in my June. I read this in June. So it's in my June wrap up if you wanna know why I gave this book 2.5. I explained it in that video. Then, oh my god, I love talking about this book. Then I read this whole entire series. I read the Chestnut Spring series in June, okay, and those are Flawless. I gave Flawless 4.25 stars. Then we have Heartless. Heartless is a 4-star read. Then Powerless is a 4.5 star read, even though I'm upping it. I said in my wrap up it was a 4.5, but I'm putting it at a 4.75 because I think about a certain person in this a lot. And Reckless, the newest one, is also a 4.75 star. Okay. Then we're coming to the few last books that I've read this year. The next one, but I read these books in my 24-hour readathon, by the way, if you want to watch that. But the next book I read was Sarah Wheeler, by Casey McQuiston. The other ones were by Elsie Silver, by the way. I have so much work to do while editing this. So I Can Sarah Wheeler was a 3.5 star. Very good, do recommend. Last book I've read is 11 Other Words by Christina Lauren. I haven't actually talked about this because I didn't finish it in my 24-hour readathon, but I gave this 4.5. I didn't give it 5 stars as the other ones gave it, because it didn't give me that feeling. It's not because it was bad. It is a very good book, and the things they do in this is just unmatched. How cute these two are. Again, second chance romance. Powerless, the 4.75 star, second chance. No, Childhood Friends. Oh my god. Childhood Friends does it to me too. So, Childhood Friends to Lovers, second chance. These two, Childhood Friends and second chance. So, if I had to say one of my favorite tropes this year, it would be Childhood Friends to Lovers or second chance romances, or both in one. Okay, that was the last book I've read this year, and I'm currently reading Fourth Wing. I'm 100 pages in. I'm just this far in, and I'm actually filming this. And at the same time, always, I am reading Daisy Hates. I actually stopped reading Daisy Hates. I'm like a few pages in. I stopped reading Daisy Hates to read Fourth Wing. I usually don't read 2 books at the same time, but this time I had to. Those were the books I read this year, and now we're gonna, you know, go to the books, the questions in the tag actually. So the questions in the tag, I'm gonna put the questions of the tag down below, so if you want to do it, you can. If you want to answer to the questions yourself in the comments, you can. Okay, the first question is best book you've read so far in 2023. I shortened because I had a few 5-star reads this year, but I think I have to put like 5-star and 6-star. Why can't I talk? I have like my 5-star stars, but in the midst of those 5 stars are like the infinity of stars, the best books I've ever read in there, you know? So I kept it at that. Okay, I put in this Happy Place because I just love this book. Okay, then Binding and Keeping 13, of course. Like, what do you mean? Those books destroyed me. They destroyed me. And yeah, I love Johnny and Shannon. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then A Court of Silver Flames. I'm a Nesta girly now. Okay, love her. Then, best sequel you've read so far in 2023. I gave that one to Things We Hide from the Light because that was so good, so entertaining. Love them. And The Final Offer, because as I said, The Final Offer was just mwah. Okay, and then also like the whole Chestnut Spring series is so good, but I'm limited. Okay, I didn't want to like put 1,000 books in these questions. The next one, new release you haven't read yet but want to. I have a lot of new releases I haven't read yet. They're like series, The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. There's like 2 books out and a novella, I think, and that's everything that's coming out. But I want to read those so bad because they're vampires. What do you mean they're vampires? The second one came out this year, that's why I'm saying new release. So yeah, then we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I haven't read that yet. This came out either this month, so July, or last month. I'm not really sure. And then Behind the Story by BTS. That came out this month, I'm pretty sure. Then we have Saving 6 and Redeeming 6, which came out this year in February and March, I think. And I haven't read those yet because I always take breaks because those books are so heavy. Like heavy in the topics they talk about, and also because I don't want to read them too fast because I already know I'm gonna love them. So most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. I'm pretty sure I am forgetting books, okay? But these are the ones that I could remember. So Things We Left Behind is the third book in the Knockaround series. And it's about Sloane and Lucian, and we all know, I am not the only one saying it, we all know that book is gonna be phenomenal. Then we have by Lorna Asher, the new series she's starting is Love Redesigned, and I want to read that because it plays in the same universe as the Dreamland Billionaires, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get glimpses of them because she makes like cameos in her series, so I can't wait to read that. And then we have Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, which is the third book in the White Falls series, I think. So the series with Delilah Green and Ashwood Parker, their series, that's the third book, and I think that book comes out in September. Wait, oh, and then Iron Flame, which is the second book after, let me think. It's the second book after Fourth Wing. I haven't finished Fourth Wing yet, but I already know I'm gonna want to read the second one, so I put it in here. Okay, then we have Biggest Surprise, so the books that surprised me the most. I didn't expect to like Binding and Keeping 13 so much. I read them just for fun because Destiny and others loved it so much, but also because other people were like, okay, I don't like it. Because there are so many like split reviews about the series, I read it and I didn't expect to like it, because from what I heard from other people, I was like, I don't know if I will. And then I started reading it and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And gave both of them 5 stars, and now I think about them all the time. And they're just my people, you know, all of them. All the people in those books are like friends to me. And Happy Place, I didn't expect it to go that way, and I didn't expect to cry. So those were my surprises this year. Then we have Favorite New Author, debut or new to you. So my new authors that I discovered this year was Emily Henry. I started reading her books this year. So I've read Happy Place and Book Lovers so far, and I enjoyed both of them very much, and in the future I'm gonna read every single book this woman comes out with without fail. And then we have Lucy Score, because I love the Not Come Out series, and there again I'm ready to read every single book she comes out with after that series. Newest fictional crush, don't get me started. Charlie Lastra, yeah, Charlie Lastra, I think, from Book Lovers, is literally the man you guys should look for in your lives. You should go out and look for Charlie Lastra. Even me being a lesbian is like, I want a Charlie Lastra in my life. He's so good. Like, oh my god. There's no one that... Okay, wait a second. Listen. The bad boys. Okay. But, so good. Also, I became a Cajun girly this year because of A Quarter Silver Flames. I love Cajun now. I love the bad boys in general, but like... And then Jasper from Powerless. Yeah. Oh, book that made you cry. Happy Place and Binding and Keeping 13. After Happy Place, I just started crying about everything. I think I even cried with A Quarter of Silver Flames. I think I did. Well. Book that made you happy. Book Lovers. After I read that, I was just, oh my god. I was just, ah. So yeah, that book made me very happy. I read it and I was happy all through the book. Yeah. And then most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. There you go. I bought myself the entire Magnolia Park series, and these covers are just gonna speak for themselves, as I showed. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, The Long Way Home, Magnolia Parks. What do you mean? And then The Great Undoing, Daisy Hates. Yeah. Then we have my second copy of Happy Place, which is the Waterstone special edition with the colored edges. After this we have What Books Do You Need to Read by the end of the year. Okay, so actually I want to like finish the Magnolia Park series this year so bad. If I could, I would read every single book that I have in my TBR, which are I think like 20 books or something. I would love to read every single book that I bought this year, but I think that's not gonna happen because I keep buying books, so I don't think I'm gonna read every single book on my TBR. But I want to finish the Magnolia Park series. Then I bought, which is one of the books that I want to read in August, I bought Beach Read, so I want to read this in August by Emily Henry. I really want to finish Fourth Wing, of course. And what do we have? Oh my god, can we talk about me having this book for 6 months and not reading it? Wait, I hope I read this year. And I don't take it with me to 2024 because I haven't touched this. I have touched it. I read like 18 pages of this and then stopped. Why? Because I'm afraid of this book. I'm afraid of it, and it's also very long. Mostly, like, it's not because it's long that I'm not gonna read it, because I'm used to read long books now, but it's just intimidating as fuck. So that's why I haven't read it. And I bought it in March, I think, and I haven't read it. Just 18 pages. And that's just insulting to this book. So, yeah. I need to read this. Queen of Nothing. Give me a sec, I have that book. Something we're not gonna do is take the Cruel Prince trilogy with me to 2024. I haven't finished the series because I'm not a big fan of it, but I own the book, so I'm gonna finish it. And this is the last book in the series, so I'm gonna read this someday. We don't know when, but I will. Oh, the Crescent City books, because in January next year the third one comes out. I'm still contemplating if I should read the Throne of Glass series before I read that one, but those are 8 or 9 books. And I know I'm not gonna read 8 or 9 books this year in the same series. There's just so much for me to read. I can't do it. So I might just read the Crescent City before the Throne of Glass series. Don't kill me. I know people say you should read Avatar of Throne of Glass and then the Crescent City books, but I can't. I'm sorry, I already own the other ones. So whatever. Okay, so that was it, people. That was my mid-year tag. So that was my mid-year tag. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram, either on Makeup X Stacy, which is where I post my makeup content, or on All About Stacy, where I post everything about books and everything about K-pop or whatever. And on TikTok, where you can follow me on Makeup X Stacy, which is where I post makeup, yes, or on Stacy's BS, where I post everything else. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you're having, or you will have, an amazing day, and I'll see you next week. Okay.